Hello and welcome to another thought-provoking edition of Nyanyui's Chronicles. My name is Nyanyui Jr. and today we are taking a look at first aid and the police service. Before we go on, I'd like to thank and acknowledge all our viewers and the comments that they share on our various social media platforms at Nyanyui's Chronicles on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and also on our WhatsApp platform 0260513635. Special thanks also goes to our partners, Paloma Hotel, Spintex Road, and Motion Aid. Before we zoom in into the major part of the discussion, let's go on a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Paloma Hotel and Restaurant, where the service resonates with smiles. A relaxing atmosphere with fully air-conditioned rooms with a unique touch of comfort. Serving you meals that please the taste buds. Paloma Hotel, Spintex Road, the mid-priced hotel that cares.
Welcome back from the commercial break. As I mentioned earlier, today we are taking a look at first aid and the police service. First, I'd like to commend the police for the great work they are doing in maintaining law and order in our country. The Ghana Police Service, as it became known from the then Gold Coast Police Service in 1957, has done a great job maintaining law and order in Ghana since then till date. The Ghana Police Service operates in 12 divisions, 10 covering the 10 regions of Ghana, one assigned specifically to the seaport and industrial hub of Tema, and the 12th being the Railways, Ports and Harbours Division. An additional division, the Marine Police Unit, exists to handle issues that arise from the country's offshore gas industry. Just like there are divisions within the service, there are also units, although they all work together towards achieving one major goal, which is maintain law and order. They have different specialities and distinctive functions from each other, nevertheless. Our focus today is, however, centered on the Highway Patrol Unit, which we'll be calling the HPU throughout our discussion. These are deployed on the highways and other roads to prevent or combat crime generally. Their duties include preventing and combating violent crimes like robbery on the highway, providing general security on the highway, among others. The HPU also comes in handy as first-line respondents in case of motor accidents on the highway before the arrival of the MTTU. Before I zoom into my usual questions, I would like to share a story of an event that happened some few weeks back on the motorway. And that is why the HPU was mentioned in our explanation and the focus of our discussion today. A few weeks back, a friend was traveling on the motorway, and on his way, he had an accident. His car veered off the road, somersaulting several times, although landing back on its tires. The bonnet caught fire. And in the process, this driver was in the car, which has been mangled as a result of its somersaulting several times, calling out for help. Thanks be to God, some personnel of the police service happened to be on the scene. And as the HPU and its objectives were mentioned earlier, we expect that they should be the first point of response in a case of an accident like that. Instead, they stood back and shouted, calling on the guy to find himself out of the car, telling him to get out of the car. Yes, your thought is as good as mine. How does someone who has just been engaged in an accident find himself out of a car that is that mangled? And when I say that mangled, that's because the car was in a very bad shape. It had to take a third party, who later on was discovered to be a mason, riding on his bicycle to come to the aid of the accident victim. My questions are very simple. Could it be that our service personnel on the scene at that point in time do not have the required skills for first aid response? Is it because the car caught fire? That's why they didn't want to get close and be of help, for the fear of the whole car going in flames? If these are the service personnel that we have, who are supposed to be the first point of call in accident situations, respond this way, what does that leave us in terms of our faith? Could it also be that we are experiencing more deaths on our road, accident-related deaths, because they are not able to respond firsthand or not able to administer the right first aid to the accident victims? I leave that to you to think about or ponder about. Moving on, after the guy was brought out of the car, our police personnel who happened to be on the scenes helped pick the guy and then placed him in the bucket of their truck. That also raises questions. Is that the best way to handle an accident victim who possibly may have fractured some bones in the process? This guy tells me that on the way to the hospital, as they rushed him to the hospital, the car kept bumping in potholes and he felt more pain than ever because he was in the bucket of a truck together with tires. And this is someone who has just been involved in an accident and possibly severely injured. My question is, do we pay attention to first aid? Not just the police, we the individuals and the citizens at large. How do we respond to accident victims whenever we chance upon them? These are thoughts I would like you to ponder over, and also to share your thoughts on our various social media platforms on some of the ways that we can address such issues. What do you think we should do? What can the police service do to upgrade their people and the service personnel in handling accident victims or responding to first aid issues? With this example provided of the accident that happened a few weeks ago, we'll call on the police service to up their game in training personnel on how to respond to such situations in the case where they chance upon them. To you, the viewers, as well, I ask that you post your various solutions, possible and practical ones, on our various social media platforms, where we can discuss and dissect how we can be of help to each other. That's we the citizens and the police service together in saving more lives, because we could be losing more lives as a result of these malhandling. Make a date with us on the various social media platforms at Nyanyui Chronicles, on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on WhatsApp at 0260513635. My name is Nyanyui Jr. in Nyanyui Chronicles, Issues on the Go.